Yes.
You know him as the proprietor of Stargraves, which is out here in Hollywood. We'll talk to him a little bit about his business. Please welcome Joe Francis. Hello, Joe.
Hey, thank you very much, Scott. Pleasure to be here.
Now, you're not the Joe Francis that does Girls Gone Wild, right?
No, I get that all the time. My last name is spelled F-R-A-N-C-E''S. So it's like Joe, like Francis Joe, like I'm from France, but
like
I'm not.
France's Eiffel Tower.
Exactly. I've always dug France, Paris, and so I came back and I just gave myself that name, Joe Francis.
What about Francis Joe? That seems like that would be a little. It seems like something should come after Francis.
Right, but Joe has always been my nickname. So, like, if I
wait, Joe is your nickname, but you changed your name to Francis. So
Joe
neither
Francis.
of these are your real name.
No, none of my real name.
What is your real name?
Yeah, I would like to know too.
My name is Javier Villanueva.
Okay.
And I grew up in East LA over there on Chicago Street.
Oh, okay. Well, that's okay. I can understand, you're in sort of a show business related.
We're in show business. We're in Hollywood. So this is the kind of thing that everyone does. They just give themselves a new name.
Gerard, what about you?
I'm sticking with Gerard now. Until, yeah.
Is that the original?
That's the original.
Okay.
But you never know. It's still early.
Do you have any weird hyphens or anything? Like it seems like the black community kind of embraces the weird hyphen.
What, do they?
Or like an accent more like Beyonce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, well, I mean, I don't have any, though.
You don't have any?
But it's still early. I haven't been to France, though.
That's true.
I haven't been to a place that inspired me.
That's really interesting because your name is a French name, Gerard Depardieu.
No.
Gerard Carmichael.
Yeah, Carmichael.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I missed the last part. I thought you were Gerard Depardieu.
Wait. You heard him say Gerard, and then you tuned out, just thinking it was
I've
been
working on my notes too. You know what I mean? But I can't
Gerard
listen
did immediately.
completely. But I was going to say, you should go to France. It's beautiful. Eiffel Tower at night.
Yes.
Anything else?
Jim Morrison's grave is awesome.
Huh.
You leave a doobie and like a 6-pack up there for him.
Wow.
France is a romantic city.
Really?
Yeah.
When was the last time you were there?
I was there about 6 years ago.
Oh, okay.
I took a chick up there. We spent the weekend. We just got fucked up. I'm sorry to say that. We did some drugs and had some beers and just hung out at Jim Morrison's grave.
Okay.
It was great. Fantastic time.
Do you still keep in touch with the woman, or?
No. I mean, I should, but I don't. She's out there.
She's out
in
there.
France,
she's out there. She's out there in the world. She knows about me, what I do, what we do. We're still friends.
You're still friends, but you don't keep in touch with her.
No, she's the mother of my. I got like a 4-year-old kid, so
wait.
I guess I do talk to her occasionally when I have to deal with the kid.
So you kept the relationship going for another couple of years after France.
Yeah, because of that. And it's
because
all good,
of the 4-year-old kid.
Wait, but the kid was conceived
in the 5th
after
year.
France.
Yeah, some
Seeing
about a
it's
year
4.
after.
Yeah,
and you went 6.
He's Timmy Francis. Frances. He's Timmy Francis.
So he changed his name as well.
I changed his name.
Oh,
okay.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, you meet a lot of women in this town, and it's good to be friends because you never know. You're going to be in the champagne room somewhere, and boom, there's your ex-wife. You got to be cool. You got to have a good time.
Yeah, I understand that. Well, Joe, let's get to exactly why you're here. You have a business out here in the Hollywood area, which is called Stargraves. Which
Stargraves is the new business I started. Me and a couple of my buddies, and we owned 6 SUVs that we had the tops taken off of.
Oh.
And on any given day, we have 6 different tours of Hollywood and the greater Los Angeles area. We'll take you to, where Hollywood celebrities have had.
Oh, that's nice. So where they probably are lying in their graves. So probably like Hollywood Forever Cemetery.
That's very interesting you bring that up because normally I would just go, pull up to Hollywood Forever Cemetery, go, all right, go have at it, and then just take
yourself a ball.
Right. Yeah. But so we had to get on the ball here and think of it like a new specific game plan to get it a little more fine-tuned, and we thought of going to the places where these celebrities were killed or died.
Okay, so more of a morbid tour of Hollywood, kind of taking a look at the seedy underbelly of Hollywood where these celebrities have passed on.
Yeah, because I don't know about you, but all my friends that are from out of town, they're always like, who died? I'm like, I don't know, man. They're like, and whenever someone dies, they're like, where do you live? You know, and it's just like a morbid curiosity.
Yeah.
People love Hollywood. People love everything about it. And they also love, unfortunately, the death aspect, which is where did these guys die?
So I imagine you're going out to like the Viper Room and seeing where River Phoenix, died out in front of there. Or you're probably going to the Chateau Marmont and checking out where John Belushi, kind of the room there.
Brentwood.
The the single homicide of Ron Goldman.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, just one. When Marilyn Monroe in Brentwood?
That's a good question. Where did she die?
Well,
Didn't she wash up on a?
She died in Bel Air, guys.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather not say the address because a good friend of mine lives there. In the death house. But yeah, also very suspicious, and their FBI maybe had involvement. Mm-hmm. But we'll take you to the front of the house, and then you take pictures and eat your lunch or whatever. It's a real good time.
Do you let the people eat lunch whenever they want, or is there a specific time of like no eating in the SUVs? This is the place where you eat your lunch.
Well, we get a lot of people that want to eat like lunch. Where O.J. Simpson.
Sure, that's
allegedly.
just the name OJ kind of makes you salivate.
OJ makes you think about breakfast and food.
Yeah, it's a good
So we'll just park the car right there, right in front of the driveway. And they tried to change it so you don't know what it is, but we, those of us in the know exactly where the house is, and we'll just get out there. I'll smoke a cigar out there and just tell people, hey, put blankets on the ground.
Yeah,
this is right here is where Nicole Simpson's head was almost cut off. If you could eat during that, I mean,
is it a bring your own bag lunch?
Oh yeah, we got a deal now with Jack in the Box where I'll go through the drive-thru and everybody will just order up. But you could also bring your own treats.
Wait, what kind of deal is that? Yeah. Where I think everyone has that deal with Jack in the Box where you can go through the drive-thru and order.
Well, I got a special deal where I bring in like a whole van full of people.
Yeah, anyone can do that. I'm pretty sure.
Is that true?
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, you don't have to check with them. I think you can just...
Well, I thought it was pretty awesome that they could completely cater to us as soon as we get there.
Immediately.
The very term fast food kind of...
Yeah, I
mean, connotation
I know for cars and stuff it's cool, but I never saw like a whole tour van getting like treated like we do over that Jack in the Box there on Sunset. I just want to give them a shout out.
Okay, yeah, I don't think that's necessary.
With the top off.
Well, the tops get sheared off of all my vehicles.
Yeah, how's that happen? I look at those vehicles sometimes and I wonder, like, who did you do that yourself, or professionally done?
It's half and half. I take it to a mechanic and he just takes a blowtorch to the top. I mean, the vehicles aren't, you can't sell them again because they're going to collapse at some point.
What?
Yeah, because the cars aren't made to be convertibles. But by the time I run them out and use them up, I mean, I'll sell them to someone and then they won't even know what's happening. They'll just be like, "Oh, cool, Stargrave's tour bus party."
What?
Buy it.
You have the sign on the side.
First of all, you just started this business and you're already selling your SUVs, and people are excited because they know your business.
Well, you got to look into the future. Every business plan tells you got to look into the future. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these trucks that I basically ruined because I cut the tops off?
So this is imaginary for you. This is you imagining what's going to happen.
And it's all going to be beautiful, Scott.
What's the sign? How's the sign on the side? What does it say on the side?
It says Stargraves.
Okay.
.com.
.com.
Yeah.
Is the website up?
No. It's not up. It's not up, but we have the name.
You bought
the name, or you thought of the name?
I thought of the name. I'm currently talking to my lawyer about getting it finally because I think I thought of it.
You don't have to talk to a lawyer about this, by the way. You just have to buy the domain name. Like GoDaddy or
GoDaddy. Someone is claiming that they have it, but they haven't built on it. And so now I'm trying to convince them that I thought of it before they did. So technically.
How could you do that? Do you have documentation?
I have a few videos when I had a pool party where I was talking about it.
Okay, so like iPhone
that
videos?
Might be admissible, yeah.
Do you know who owns the web? Like, do you know?
Is it actually Peter Graves? I know I made a joke about it, but he was a star, and maybe he's trying to get his website going for Mission Impossible.
It's his great niece, Nancy Graves.
Oh. Nancy.
And so she wants to do a whole thing about Peter Graves. I'm saying, hey, man, no offense, but Peter Graves, I mean, no one even references that dude unless
he's a million years old.
Yeah.
Like 27 years old or higher.
Just a real old reference. So I don't know who's going to be going up on that website.
Well,
but that's still in the works. But don't let that stop you from like calling or check out our Yelp reviews.
You have a lot of Yelp reviews?
Got a ton of Yelp reviews. People are just like so happy with it. And
can you bring
like,
up your Yelp reviews? I'd love to read some of these things.
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, you have some sort of smartphone? A phone that will do things smartly, as in like look up websites and stuff like that?
It does it a lot smarter than like, say, an old Nokia.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, this phone is kind of like you leave it by itself. It's ordering Dodger tickets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
It's a great thing. But we have Yelp here. It's like, dude wouldn't stop when I had to go to the bathroom. Insisted that we were on a time schedule. Showed me Amoeba Records and said that Kurt Cobain probably went there. I mean, yeah, this is the kind of thing too. I improvise.
Wait, that doesn't seem like a positive review. It seems to me like you shouldn't be sending people to Yelp to look at things like that.
But no, it is a positive review because it tells people right off the bat, like, this is no nonsense.
Also, I love the proximity because if you know LA, you know that Amoeba is directly across the street from that Jack in the Box.
Yeah.
On Sunset Boulevard.
Now,
I don't like to use a lot of gas.
Are you kind of hanging out in that area? Is it, like you mentioned going to the OJ house, which is considerably farther away.
Yeah, that one's very far away. That one... that one's extra because of the gas.
Okay, how often do you actually make it out to the OJ house?
We go there once a year on the date that OJ was convicted.
Wait, we're not on the date that they died?
Not on the day that it happened. The day he was convicted for breaking in and stealing his own baseball cards.
So not even for the trial.
People remember that date? This is a very bad plan.
They do every March 17th. We all meet up in right there on Gower and Sunset, and we start the tours. You can see my trucks parked on Gower and Sunset like at any given day. We have a tour at 11, another at 3, another 7, and then we have a midnight tour, which is pretty scary.
Oh, really? What do you do on the midnight tour?
Well, we leave at midnight, pretty much.
It's the same tour, though?
It's pretty much the same tour.
Oh, okay.
We'll go to Amoeba, and I'll do my whole Kurt Cobain went there, I think.
At this point, Amoeba is closed.
Yeah.
So they can't go in there.
They can't get out. They can't get out of the truck.
So that's why it's scary, maybe?
Which makes it even scarier, yeah.
I mean, there's so much glory and fun and celebration in Hollywood, but the other side of the hill is darkness. That's a lot of part. That's a part that no one wants to.
Do you mean in the valley?
About.
You go to the valley. You go to Burbank.
I don't get out to the valley as much as I'd like to. I do get up to the Hollywood Hills because we go by. A lot of people died up there.
You're the professional.
Lenny Bruce had heroin right up there by Wind Crescent Avenue, right by Mulholland. And so there's a guy there who's pretty cool, right? And if we bring him Jack in a Box, he lets us go into the bathroom and check out where Lenny Bruce OD'd.
In his actual house?
In the actual house.
Oh, okay.
Really? I never knew that happened.
So if you just bring him Jack in the Box during these 4 tours all day, he's eating Jack in the Box 4 times a day, it sounds like. And he has, it sounds like he has including 40 midnight. People using his bathroom every day. Is that really the best trade-off? I mean,
he doesn't seem to complain. But it is a lot. And then
40
it's like
strangers just taking dumps in his...
He's like turning yellow from all the Jack in the Box. I'm just kidding. He's doing okay. But he's kind of a fat guy anyway, so it's not like a big deal.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, he's pretty cool about letting people use the bathroom.
Yeah. Pretty cool or extremely cool, meaning no problems?
Yeah, extremely cool.
Okay.
Because
let me give it up for Buddha Dave. Buddha Dave, thank you very much. That's
Buddha or Booty?
Booty Dave.
Booty Dave.
Okay, Booty Dave up there in the hills.
He's kind of cool about it.
He's pretty cool.
He says that on any given day, if you give him half hour, he could touch a chick's butt. I mean, that's
really? Have you seen him do it?
I have seen him do it.
So you're saying that he sees any girl anywhere in the world, if he's in proximity, give him a half hour, and then he'll chat her up.
Touch their booty.
He'll
chat him up or not. Sometimes he'll be like, "Oh, excuse me, I gotta get this apple from the tree," and then it just touches his body against their butt, and that's technically
it counts.
That counts.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, you're the tour guide. Are there a lot of apple trees out here in Hollywood?
There are. There's a lot of apple trees. There's one on Doheny and
Gower.
Gower, right there.
Yeah, right
where
in
they
there,
meet.
right in your sweet spot.
Do you include in the tour like the knowledge that you're going by apple trees, or is it just a surprise?
Well, I tell everybody on the bus is just go for it. Grab whatever you can. If if we go over a lemon tree, grab some lemons.
While we're passing underneath it, get there.
If we go to Christopher Hewitt's home in Beverly Hills, I say just run out there and take some flowers, just a few cuttings.
Mm-hmm.
But I would imagine 40 people taking a few flowers.
Yeah, I mean,
could be.
There would be no flowers.
The flower,
left.
yeah, I would imagine.
Not everybody does it. I mean, that's the thing. We don't go. Everybody go rip out flowers. We're like, go ahead, grab a flower, take a picture. We go to Christopher Hewitt's house because he was Mr. Belvedere and he once sat on his own nuts.
Right.
And
yes,
it's a great story. Everybody knows that. I think Sandler was working on Mr. Belvedere at the time, and they had to stop production because Christopher Hewitt sat on his own balls.
Right.
So you'll be surprised how many times I get guys coming in who's like, take me to Christopher Hewitt's house. I want to see where Mr. Belvedere sat on his own balls. I'm like, well, if you want to go where he sat on his own balls, you're going to have to go to Raleigh Studios. But if you want to see where he slept...
working out the pain.
Right.
Yeah.
Then that's in Bel Air.
Okay.
By Sandy Lane.
And what do they
Not
choose?
Sandy Hook, because that's a different thing.
What do they usually choose? They choose the Raleigh Studios?
They want to go where he sat on his
Can you
balls.
actually go in there, though? Do you have passes to go into Raleigh Studios?
No, but in the back, you could kind of see the door of the studio if you go through the side. I forget the street right now. I think it's Van Nuys.
Right.
Van Ness.
Yeah.
If you ride on Van Ness, you could look and you could see the door to Studio 4, and inside there is where Christopher Hewitt sat on his own balls and caused so much damage that they had to cancel that week's show.
Wow.
Boy, one week.
Joe, can I ask you, where are you from?
What?
Where are you from?
That's so weird you get that you say that. I'm from here. I'm from California.
You said what? Almost like you were stalling.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was thinking.
Like you're trying to think
Well, I didn't know if he was asking me, what are you about? Like, what's my gang affiliation?
No.
Wait, do you have a gang affiliation?
I do.
What?
Do you? May I ask?
I do. Spanish Disciples right now.
What?
Really?
And let me just say, these guys are they're gangbangers and they're all looking for a way out, but they clean up the vans.
Wait, so you have your gang members working on the vans with you?
You say it like a negative thing. This is like
sounds like a very negative
it's outreach
thing.
Is what it is.
Are they former gang members?
For former, current, they're aspiring.
May I ask you a question?
Aspiring future gang members?
Yeah.
You're trying to get them into you're trying to jump them in?
I'm not trying to get them in. I'm trying to keep them busy so that they're not out popping,
Wait, but you're trying to, I'm sorry,
people.
Gerard.
No, this is very interesting.
I'm just you're recruiting gang members by washing your SUVs. You say you're trying to get them off the streets, but I think, getting them off the streets, they would never get into that gang.
Well, the question, there is a discussion while we're cleaning up the cars. Like, maybe this isn't the best idea for you. You're really good at washing cars. Maybe you should get a job washing cars. And so.
But then,
because if I come in and I say, "Hey, quit gangs, it's bad for you, you're gonna die," they're gonna be like, "Oh, fuck this guy, man. This guy's full of shit."
That's kind of racist.
Yeah, let me ask you a question. Are you Hispanic? Or are you?
Yeah, you're not even
Hispanic.
Hispanic. You seem kind of like a white guy. And
wondering how you got in.
I'm not Hispanic, but I grew up with 3 of them when I was growing up.
3 of them
in Los Feliz. Before Los Feliz was, the playground of the Hollywood elite. It was a regular neighborhood, and then I had 3 black friends and 3 Hispanic friends.
And then did you have any white friends? Or
no, I didn't have any white friends.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
I'm sorry.
That's quite a story.
Until in high school, I hadn't seen a white person.
What?
So
yes, I me too.
You know what I mean?
Years.
I looked at a white person. I was like, they must be German or something. They must be tourists because I'd never seen a white person.
Yeah, I was like, what's that
in
about?
Los Feliz.
Yeah,
except for in the mirror.
Yeah, but I was little, so I didn't even seem like a real person.
And your family.
I get that. All right. Tell you what, why don't we take another break, Joe and Gerard, and when we come back, I want to hear about some of the recent celebrities who have died and some of the people that you must be going to now. We'll take a break. We'll be right back with a little more Comedy Bang Bang after this. Comedy Bang Bang. We're back here with Gerard Carmichael, comedian extraordinaire.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, fair.
Okay.
Yeah. And
I just have to say, other than Gerard Depardieu, you're like one of the nicest Gerards I've ever met.
first of all, it's not Gerard. It's Gerard.
How do you spell that?
Jerrod.
Oh.
Yeah.
And Gerard puts the OD in Gerard. Am I right, my man? Drugs.
You're like Jared, like the Subway fat skinny guy.
In what way?
Jared. He's an E. Jared?
He's Jared. He's not Gerard.
But is it spelled the same?
No.
Not at all?
No, not in the least. There is a J and a D.
Yeah, it's different.
Everything in between that its bookending is different.
Yeah, it's different, though. But I understand.
I hate when things don't connect.
Yeah.
Like, I was so hoping that would connect.
What were your 3 black friends' names?
Jerry, Brandon, and Lalo. Lalo is actually
Caribbean
black.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Lalo. A lot of the people in the Caribbean name their children after like nonsense words and songs. So it's like Lalo.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Or ooh la la. A lot of ooh la las.
Or the sound that you make from a
steel drum.
A steel drum.
Bing bing bing. Yeah,
I had a good friend called Bring Bing Bing in college.
Yeah.
Oh,
he was from Jamaica.
You must have gotten picked on.
Yeah. What were your Hispanic friends' names? It's hard to remember, huh?
Pito. One was Pito. One was Nalgas. And the other one was Bagina.
Bagina?
Bagina. The woman was named Bagina.
Like vagina?
Yes.
I didn't want to say that.
There
but
was
I'm
a
glad
thing
you
in the
said
90s where Hispanic people were naming their kids after like sex organs and stuff.
Oh, really?
So pretty much just vagina and Venus?
Also, by the way,
there's a guy named Beatus.
In the 90s, so you grew up with someone who's probably like 17 now? 18, 19, perhaps.
I don't know what you're getting at, man. But
so you're like 19 years old, and you went to France 6 years ago with your girlfriend, knocked her up.
4-year-old.
You have a 4-year-old.
Somehow a delayed.
Hey, babies having babies. You know what happens out there. But hey, at least you're back on your feet, you know. And
this all makes sense.
I'm sorry to bring so much math into this.
Yeah,
I know this makes sense. I know it makes sense.
I'm sorry to bring so
We're
much.
trying to reiterate for the viewer and paint a picture because this is an oral art form, and people can't see what we're seeing, which is a 19-year-old man,
a 19-year-old white man.
Yeah,
but you guys are saying that when I was 4 years old, I was in high school. That's just not true.
What is true?
What is true?
I think I'm being harangued by a couple prosecuting attorneys here.
No. We don't mean to be
the truth
like
is, I was in high school.
Okay.
At a normal age, 14 to 18.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it was in the 90s.
Okay, so you're older than we think then.
Yes.
Okay, so the one part that wasn't true is you didn't get...
I wasn't in high school yesterday.
Okay.
Did I say that?
I don't know. I don't know. I'm a little confused
You have
myself
a very
here.
young face.
Yeah, you do.
Thank you. I don't,
How much do you weigh, by the way? You're a very thin, perilously thin person, by the way.
I weigh about 100.
You see,
I try to keep it around 100.
By the way, you have a kind of a stuffed up. You seem sick, like you're kind of frail and sickly. Is that? I mean, what's the reason for that?
That's interesting you say that, Scott. When I was a kid, I didn't hang out with a lot of kids.
Mm-hmm. You just had those 6 friends.
I just had those 6 friends.
Bagina,
Lalo, Benis.
Bum.
Well, you knew from college.
All right,
from college.
Okay.
Yeah, but this is when you're younger.
Yeah, okay.
So wait, what'd you ask me?
Well, I mean, why are you so thin? You didn't have a lot of friends?
Yeah, I watched old movies, and I always watched old TV shows. And then I started thinking, these are all dead, all these black and white faces are all dead. I'm like, where are they? So...
And just to reiterate, it's not black people and white people. It's the movies are old, so the shades of black and white.
I meant black and white people.
You did. Dead. I'm sorry. Why am I explaining this away?
Because there was a time, I'm sorry to say this, Gerard, but there was a time when black people couldn't be in movies with white people.
No.
Not my favorite genre.
So wait, you were watching 48 Hours and all the black people and white people are dead?
I watched Car Wash, 48 Hours, The Wash, which is the remake of Car Wash,
Running Scared,
with Snoop Dogg. Running Scared.
With Gregory Hines and Billy
Boys
Crystal.
in the Hood.
Sure.
The movies were Black Guys, Dracula in Space.
Oh, yeah.
Classic.
Blade,
yeah.
Blade.
All the Blade
Yeah,
movies.
that's great.
Wesley Snipes was just released from jail too.
That's right. Yeah, maybe you
Right
should go
before
by
the tax
by
deadline.
his house for the tour. But to reiterate, you were watching Running Scared with Gregory Hines, and you realized Gregory Hines was dead, and it made you afraid, and it made you thin. Is that
It made me afraid to go outside.
okay? And obsessed with death.
And obsessed with death. And then that's where I went to where Gregory Hines died.
Where was that?
It's a really nice place, Beechwood Canyon,
Oh, okay.
up by
Just in a house up there, or in the?
just by that cafe up there.
Oh, okay.
I guess he had a heart attack and died. And
Did you say a tart attack?
he had a tartar attack. Just kidding. He had a meal up there on Beechwood Cafe and passed away. And he was so intense and serious that people didn't know he'd died. Oh. And he was in there for 2 days.
Oh my gosh! People just assumed that he was
They're like-
intense and serious.
They're like, he's quiet and he likes to keep to himself. And they let him.
Yeah.
He was just sitting there for 2 days.
Wow, that's incredible.
reading LA Weekly.
Oh, yeah.
But I'll take everyone there and we'll go in the restaurant. It's changed now. It's at the Beechwood Cafe now. It's a different restaurant, but that's where he died. And people get a kick out of it.
So what seems to me, the tour is just various stops at restaurants. And
Yeah. Are
record
you eating
stores.
while this is happening? Is this just?
Well, I weigh 100 pounds.
Yeah.
So I always have to have a little food in me.
So you're eating several meals a day, like once an hour, eating a tiny meal?
That's right. So what we've done is we've found out a way to we optimized this tour so that every stop there's a restaurant, and also it's not too far, so I don't use a lot of gas.
Okay, so you'll use a tiny bit of gas, you'll stop, you'll get a little bit of granola or some yogurt or something, keep yourself
Right.
going for
The
another
energy,
hour.
yeah.
Yeah. Is every stop near a gas station so you can get a tiny bit of gas at every gas station and then
They're all there, and that's the best thing about Los Angeles is you can get gas and food at the same place.
Isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
When you think, remember back, I mean, and you don't because you're a young man, and we're both young as well,
We're both
Gerard.
very
So,
young.
but remember when gas stations were just for gas? I tell
Yeah. Yeah.
So boring.
you. So boring. Spice it up, guys.
I hated it going there with my father.
It's the 21st century. Let's get some food up in this mug.
You go to AM PMs and it was just
It
all
was
just
it's just like, hey, what are you selling here at this AM?
at this AM PM.
They'd be like gas.
Gas.
Almost embarrassed.
Yeah, they were
like gas. We know.
have gas.
We know. It would be
we
better
know
with
we could
food.
Expand. We could have.
We know.
Yeah.
But we're not going to do it for a while.
The business.
For
mind of
instance, like you talking about how we do it. Well, I'll tell you how we do it.
Okay.
I'm
Well,
gonna
I
tell
mean,
you
I
how
wasn't
we do it.
I wasn't talking about it, but yeah, please tell me.
You guys were asking, so I'm going to tell you how we do
I
it.
wasn't really, but go ahead.
We have a tour to musician Elliott Smith's house where he killed himself.
Sure.
That's
It's a
on
tragedy for the
music
community
industry,
of musicians.
art. Terrible story. Some people still believe his wife killed him.
Sure.
I
Do you talk about that on the tour?
I do. I basically claim that she killed him. It makes the story a
Do
little.
you know his wife or
I don't
something?
know
or-
her. I don't know the story that well, but it
Oh.
makes the thing a little
Spices
creepier.
things up.
Yeah.
Now-
especially during the midnight.
Yeah.
Now you take Echo Park Boulevard up there, and then you make a left somewhere like near something, and then you get up to. I'm not telling everybody on the radio how to get there.
Oh, I see. But you
get there
do
with
know.
me.
You're
But
not
I
just
do
driving
know.
around in a circle hoping to find it.
No way. I know. We go there. We check it out. I blame the girlfriend for killing him. I go down.
This is a good checklist.
We have $5 pizzas at Little Caesars. There's a Little Caesars now down there by Echo Park and Scott. And we just sit there and we'll have pizzas and we'll be like, that's fucked up that bitch killed Elliott Smith. It's like, yeah, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I'm like, you want to go like where he painted his album cover? And then we'll go down to Sunset there by that music place near Fountain, and we'll all take pictures in front of the sign there.
Yeah.
By the way, this is like a 2-mile radius.
Sure. So for gas
Efficient,
purposes.
So you
very
do the math.
efficient. Yes.
Yeah.
You
So
do the
do you
math.
pick the celebrities based off of convenience
A lot of times, yeah.
more so than actually trying to go to where these celebrities have?
Sal Mineo was stabbed near a club there right off of Hollywood Boulevard.
Yes.
So what I'll do is I'll go, let's go Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles right there on Gower.
Boom.
And then,
Right where the vans are.
that's right. Now, if you go a few blocks up, now that takes you to Franklin. You make a left right there, and that's where Mama Cass choked on a ham sandwich and died.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then there's also a sandwich shop right near there, I know, where you can get your own ham sandwich.
You can.
And
it's
you're like,
pretty-
hey, watch out, make
it's
sure
pretty
you
dark.
know.
I say easy on the ham.
Yeah.
You're easy on it. Light ham.
Yeah.
Light ham.
But I mean, you're getting a light ham anyway because you're eating
You only
just
eat
like
nibbles.
like finger sandwiches.
I get at Subway they have a thing called the animal, which is just lettuce and bread. And that's-
Just like a couple of breadcrumbs and like a torn off.
It's like they take the bowl, they take like a little soup bowl, and they'll throw a little like 5 pieces of bread in there, and then just cover it in lettuce and give it to you.
Well, that's off the menu. That's like the
That's
off the menu in and
but
out.
You can get it anytime
menu.
you want it if you ask for it.
If you just
that
go in and
Subway's
ask for
on
the animal.
Gower and Hollywood. A really good place.
You don't need to give them shout outs. There sounds like they're just.
A lot of. Are you doing the tour? Are you going to do it?
I would do it. Gerard, do you want to do it after we?
Do we have? Is there like a discount or a
podcast discount?
podcast
like
discount or
you were
something
on a
like-
show with us.
Absolutely, Gerard. What I like to do is because you're a stand-up comic who is on the rise and a celebrity. We could always use like celebrity customers. I would like to take you on an exclusive. I think I'm calling right now. Dead Black Hollywood.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
I'll take you where we're gonna fly to Las Vegas and see where Tupac got shot.
Oh, okay. That sounds
Wow.
great.
This is like really
That's a lot of gas.
It's a lot of gas.
Yeah,
That's
That's
why
a
we're
lot of
flying.
ga-
That's why we're flying for that one. That's a high
I think
price.
you used the same amount of gas either way. But go ahead.
So we're taking the Southwest flight
Okay.
to Vegas, and then we're going to see where Tupac got shot.
Okay.
And then we're getting back on a plane. We're coming off at LAX. That's where I pick up my van, and we go down where Biggie got shot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
Wilshire, Fairfax.
And
Yeah.
then I'm sure Gregory Hines go up to there to Beechwood.
Back up to Gregory Hines is in it.
Sure. Who else you got?
That's all we got right now.
Okay, so
Just those three.
It'll keep you busy, though.
Tupac and Gregory Hines. Let me ask you a
Yeah.
question. What celebrities have you taken and shown the sites before? What clientele?
Sounds to me like you're just coming up with this off the top of your head. Like you, this is like a new special that you're offering just
well,
to Gerard?
because Gerard was here, and I want to.
What's Scott's special?
Yeah, what about me? What would I get? If you were going to tailor, a tour just for me.
him.
Well, because of your comedy background, I'd probably take you where all comedians died.
Okay, like
So we'd go to Chateau Marmont.
Okay.
Bungalow 3 is where John Belushi died.
Okay.
You and I would play a little table tennis. They have a table tennis there.
Oh, that sounds fun. I call it ping pong. We'll agree
That's
to
your
disagree
problem.
on that.
That's your problem,
Yeah, that was a tense moment there for a second.
I didn't know which side to pick.
Yeah, I don't know. Boy.
Because
I'm sure
this
the
was
listeners were on the edge of their seats.
You guys are actually the Biggie Tupac of table tennis
Yeah.
ping pong. Yeah.
Boy.
Yeah, man.
So who else you got? You got Belushi?
We
Who
got
else?
Richard Jenny.
Jenny, yeah, the platypus man. Where was he? Where did he die?
He died La Cienega near Santa Monica.
La
On
Cienega?
Knoll.
In Santa Monica. I'm thinking over there by the. Isn't there like a Hugo's?
Well,
over
Barney's Beanery's there.
there? Barney's Beanery, sure.
Well, we meet at Barney's Beanery for that one.
Oh, okay, right. What do you have when you get there?
At Barney's Beanery?
Yeah,
I have Huevos Rancheros extra beans.
extra beans. So that's your
Extra
big
bean.
meal of the day, or
That's my big one because that's when I got to be driving. I got to be talking about like all my facts about dead celebrities, and so I got to fill up with a nice like energizing breakfast.
okay.
Oh wow.
So what about like new celebrities who have passed away, like Annette Funicello, for instance? You know, she just passed away.
Annette Funicello,
Yeah,
the
the Mouseketeer.
yes. Oh, she did pass away.
She passed away. Yes.
Oh really?
Yeah.
How old was she?
70, I believe.
Do you know where she lived, by chance?
I don't have the address. It seems like this would be kind of,
Your thing.
Your thing. Like, do you
Yeah.
have sources on the police department?
No. What I do is I hang out at bars at night and I ask old people like if they know any cool things.
Oh, that's a good system.
And everyone
Okay.
has their story. Everyone has their Hollywood stories.
Mm-hmm,
You know, so I'll just kind of get my leads that way.
Have you ever met an older celebrity in a bar and asked them if you could kind of like hang out with them until they pass away?
I once, you know what? This is very interesting. I once met Larry Fine from Three Stooges.
Sure. Oh, wow.
And
he played Larry in the Three Stooges.
He was Larry in Three Stooges.
Yeah, he played Larry.
And he was living in an old folks home in Glendale. And just a sweet guy. Always had great tales of old Hollywood. But by this time, he was pretty much shitting himself constantly.
Where'd you meet him?
At the old folks home in Glendale.
Oh, okay. What were you doing there?
I was cleaning up floors for a while, and I noticed. I'm like, whoa, that's Larry from Three Stooges.
Oh, okay. Shitting himself constantly.
He shit himself all the time. I don't want everyone's memory to be of Larry Fine shitting himself.
No, you want to remember him like getting hit in the head and not shitting himself.
Yeah, getting chunks of hair ripped off his head. That fun stuff.
Yeah.
But by this time, he was shitting himself.
What if
he was talking to the fucking
when you were
lamp?
watching the Three Stooges? What if they shit themselves every time they got hit? Would they be
we
as
didn't
funny?
know there was just a. Oh, you're saying? I thought it was like a behind the scenes thing.
Behind the scenes, it could be
It's
that,
just like
or,
little, like you didn't know this fact, but
right.
every time they,
or it would be like, hey, you clonk,
yeah,
and they just shit themselves, and you saw it. Would those be? That would be good. That's like updating the Three Stooges for the 21st century.
Yeah, it must have happened.
At least once.
It must have happened because they did some crazy stunts.
Because
that'd be fun. I mean, I would laugh if one bit ended with, someone's head being pressed in a vice, and then you shit your pants, numbskull. Something like that.
That's a pretty good impression of one of them. I'm not sure which one. Couldn't put a name to it, but. So anyway, continue with your story about Larry. What he was shitting himself, and you came up to him, and you talked to him at all, or because
he's like, oh, Marilyn Monroe.
He was with Marilyn Monroe?
No, he wasn't, but he said he knew about Marilyn Monroe.
Oh, so he was a fan.
Yeah, he's like, she was beautiful.
Okay,
she was the only girl who could walk into a bedroom naked, and you would be like, is that a painting? Oh, you know what I mean?
And again, he did not know her. He just was assuming this about her.
No, he knew her, and he said that.
Wait a minute, now he knew her?
He knew her, and it was.
Then why did you say he didn't earlier?
Did I?
Why
say
lie
that?
about that? Are you trying to protect Larry Fine here or something? Or come on.
That's the thing, Scott. We take these things and we like have these tours, but I always respect the dead.
Really?
Always. You know, a lot of people say I take advantage of the dead or like I'm making profit off it. I make a little profit, but what I'm bringing is the Hollywood nightmare to America. They come here for the Hollywood dream. They go see American Idol, but they want the American nightmare. They come to stargraves.com.
Oh, wow.
Okay, I don't know what that has to do with you lying about Larry Fine knowing Marilyn Monroe, but continue. He knew Marilyn Monroe.
He knew Marilyn Monroe.
And he had sex with her, I would imagine, because he saw her naked in a bedroom and he thought she was a painting.
He didn't. He didn't have sex with her, but he said she was an innocent. They took advantage of her. And he said that Nelson Mandela and John F. Kennedy
double-teamed her?
Double-teamed her.
What?
Yeah.
Crazy.
And this was during
in the 60s.
And this is during a time where black people and white people weren't allowed to double team.
Yeah, no, I mean,
they weren't allowed to
double team.
That's one of the great strides we've made in racial equality is black people and white people can finally double team.
Nobody talks about this.
Yeah.
And this was a very, very controversial situation.
This is a very controversial double teaming.
Yeah. And then when it started to come out that they had double teamed her the night before her death,
what?
The CIA had Nelson Mandela jailed in South Africa.
Oh, no.
So that he would
Killed
talk
her,
about it.
Jailed him.
Killed at JFK, too.
What? Killed all three of them?
Yeah, in a way.
To what end? Who are they protecting? Just the sanctity of the office?
In a way, Mandela was given a light sentence.
Yeah.
By the way, what's scary about this, just did the math in my head, it adds up, you guys.
It does. And why didn't they?
It actually adds up.
It seems to me like they would kill Mandela. I mean, first.
Well,
you know what I mean? But no,
kill Mandela though.
Yeah, that's true.
I mean, he's a nice guy.
He
was nice. Is that really
that
was the difference between it? Is he was nicer than the other two?
And JFK had no choice. He had too many enemies. But Larry Fine told me that story.
Where was Larry during this escapade? This classic double teaming.
Well, they used to hang up at the Rainbow Room.
They used to hang up
20 years ago. Larry Fine would hang out with Marilyn Monroe's makeup artist at the Rainbow Room.
Oh.
Incidentally, a little band called Motley Crue were just getting their chops.
When Larry Fine was still there?
Yeah. Larry Fine loved
late 70s?
hair metal.
Wow.
Yeah.
Mainly because he was probably losing his hair, and so he saw it as like a thing to aspire to.
He wasn't a clown anymore because there was all these interesting hairstyles in the club, and he could just...
He fit in.
He could fit in finally.
So you're saying Larry Fine's hairstyle fit in the hair metal scene in the 80s?
Yeah. Yeah, isn't that weird?
It is weird and almost unbelievable.
That long for you to finally fit in somewhere. It's so beautiful and sad at the same time.
I guess so. I guess that's one lesson one could learn from it.
Larry Fine loved hair metal.
Interesting.
It seemed like you got really close.
He was actually going to that show to see Great White in Delaware, where everyone would burn to death.
Wait, he was still alive.
He was still alive, but he was too slow to get in. He was too slow to get in, so when people were coming out, it didn't matter. He was already out. He survived.
How did he fake his own death then? Because by all accounts, he was dead by this point. So how did he ever tell you about this?
Wait, by all accounts?
Oh, sure. By
literally
factual
all of them.
accounts.
Okay,
Yeah.
all right.
He was dead at the time. So what happened with that? With the faking of the death? I assume he faked his own death.
Well, this is where it gets really interesting.
Okay, great. I've been wondering why you've been saving.
Do you know a stooge called Curly Joe Dorita?
Of course, he replaced Curly, the original Curly.
No one's favorite stooge by any stretch of the imagination.
He's probably fifth favorite stooge.
Fifth favorite.
Maybe sixth.
Behind Joe Besser.
Yeah, Joe Besser. Yeah,
who is
Matt Besser's
dad.
Yeah. And
so
that is
Curly
fact.
Joe Dorita,
That is fact, by the way.
That is total fact. Yeah. Curly Joe Dorita would just he lived in the same old folks' home, so they would jump in each other's beds.
By the way, he was the founder of the Doritos fortune, by the way.
Oh, he lived very comfortably towards the end of his life. In an old folks' home. Maybe, perhaps, having a gay relationship with Larry Fine.
Okay,
Really?
so I was going to say, if he was very comfortable, why didn't he just live at home and have a live-in nurse?
Because he liked it there.
He liked Larry.
Yeah,
Okay.
and what they would do is they would like kiss and stuff.
Sure.
And a lot of the orderlies were like grossed out by this at the
You
time.
saw this?
Oh yeah, I saw
you were
it with
an
my
orderly.
eyes. I was an orderly.
You were a janitor.
And I wasn't grossed out, but I saw it. Larry Fine would make out with Curly Joe Dorita, and the whole staff would be like, "Look at those old dudes fucking each other. Let's get out of
They
here."
used to be in the Three Stooges together, and now they're making out
Yeah.
together. It's crazy.
We called them the Two Stooges.
Oh, that's a good nickname.
So
For him.
that's cute.
Forever from that day on, if there was a gay act we were referring to, we called it
The Two Stooges?
Two Stooge.
Stooging?
Stooging? Yeah.
Like Liberace probably Two Stooge with
Charles Nelson Riley?
with the Charles Nelson Riley.
And you saw this
I
firsthand.
didn't see Charles Nelson Riley.
No, I mean, I'm saying you saw...
I saw Larry Fine and Curly Joe Dorita
Two Stooging it.
making out, Two Stooging.
Really?
And then so like when no one would watch the bed, so people could just walk out. Curly Joe wanted to go get, some matzo ball soup at Cantor's. He would just walk out and do it,
Sure. Meanwhile, what's going on with the faking of the death?
Meanwhile, people are
Hard cut to.
people are so at this point grossed out by this that they're just like they're not even checking in anymore on these guys.
Okay.
Curly Joe Dorita dies because he didn't get his medicine, and Larry Fine was out there for a long time, and people just thought, oh, it's Larry Fine in bed, but it was actually Curly Joe Dorita.
Okay.
And vice versa. They both used each other as decoys.
I see. So everyone thought that Larry Fine had died, but it was really just Curly Joe Dorita. No one cared enough to check because they were too grossed out by the Two Stooging.
Because they had walked in on many sex acts. That
Okay.
were, I mean, it's kind of strange. Like,
So
imagine if you
years.
saw like Winston Churchill blowing Chaplin or something. It's weird.
Yeah, it is strange.
It's not something you recover from.
Yeah.
So they're seeing Curly Joe Dorita and Larry Fine like
Two stooging.
69ing each other, Two
Oh,
Stooging.
boy.
And how old are they at this
Oh
point?
my Jesus, man! They're like 89, 90.
89.
So anyway, Larry then, he escapes and he's big into the hair metal scene.
Mm-hmm.
He wants to go to that Great White show that burned down and killed everyone, but he's too slow and he doesn't get in. So
Yeah.
is he still out there? Is he still with us?
There's rumors that he's still out here.
Whoa.
Ooh.
That Larry Fine. Right now, I think he'd be 116 years old.
Sure.
But I wouldn't put
That
it
checks
past him. I wouldn't put it past him.
Yeah.
And the way you find out if he's alive, what he's doing is he's with another old comedian performing sexual acts and getting the staff of the old folks' home off the chase.
Okay. So if you see a 116-year-old man with a Larry Fine haircut, then chances
that
are
appears to be Larry Fine,
and who's having some sort of relationship with another
Larry
older
Fine.
comedian.
Yeah.
Like I guess Sid Caesar is no longer with us, but someone
is
like
he?
Is that
Shecky
maybe?
Green?
I don't know. Like a Shecky Green.
Shecky Green is perfect. If you see Shecky Green and Larry Fine going at it,
In fact, if you just see Shecky Green, you should. Anyone sees Shecky Green, please go up to him and say, "Hey, are you two stooging it with Larry Fine?"
You stooge. Then it just becomes a slur.
I would love it if that happened to him 10 times in this year. If
you see
Shecky Green
Shecky
just
Green-
wondered why people were coming up to him, asking him if he was two stooging it with Larry Fine.
well, I'm going to ask him. We should ask him.
Wait, is he on the tour?
Shecky Green?
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think he's dead. But
So we're supposed to. But if he's not, then we're supposed to go
Is
up
he
to
dead?
him.
I'm going to look this up because I thought
You
he was
look
on
it
Curb
up.
Your Enthusiasm recently.
oh, that's right.
It's good to see Scott using his power for good. It's
Yeah,
good to
let-
see him using this outlet.
Let me look him up here. Meanwhile, tell us what. Yeah, he's still with us. Born in 1926, so
he's definitely two stooging.
You think he's two stooging? He's 87 years old.
87.
Yeah, no, I would imagine that he's in there.
Who's that?
Shecky Green?
Shecky Green. Sid Caesar too. I think is still alive.
Sid Caesar. Let me look that one up because
No, I don't think so. Is
you
he?
don't think so? Well,
I mean, I'm not sure though.
Sid,
I feel like it would have come up.
I'm not going to use all my time talking about who's alive, who's dead.
No, no, he is. He's 90 years old.
That's right.
Oh wow!
Wow, he's two stooging it.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, he
That's
was
good. Good for him.
You think Sid Caesar, Shecky Green are maybe three stooging it?
Have you been to Waffle?
Have I been
the
Waffle?
Waffle?
The Waffle, the restaurant?
Oh, yeah.
Sunset.
Oh, on Sunset. Yeah, over
Yeah.
by Gower.
Yeah.
that area?
I saw Sid Caesar in there.
What?
I'm pretty sure he was two stooging.
In the waffle?
In the Waffle, in the bathroom in the Waffle.
With Larry Fine?
With Larry Fine.
Oh my goodness.
or the other guy you mentioned.
Shecky Green.
Shecky Green.
Okay, so you think those two are two stooging it without Larry?
But this is the thing. If they get together and three stooge it, it's not gay anymore.
Oh, it
Really?
cancels itself out.
Yeah.
Okay.
Really?
Interesting theories here. Well, I mean, we've learned a lot about the sexcapades.
We've
I mean,
learned
which
so
is a
much.
compound word I made, sexual escapades, but I put it together.
Yeah, I think
and
I've heard
turned
it before, but
I don't know. I'm pretty sure I came up with it, but sexcapades of the famous, and this is the kind of thing we'll hear on your tour, isn't that right, Joe?
no.
Oh, you don't talk about this at all?
No, I won't. I don't talk about homosexuality on the tour because we get a lot of Christian people and a lot of
It just seems to me like instead of going around to places you don't really know about and have no connection to, you have this wonderful, rich history with Larry Fine. You could build a whole tour on that.
Yeah, but that's cool for the podcast. But if you get a lot of people from the South, and then they're all in the van trying to have a good time, and then you're like, hey, guess what? Larry Fine, blue, Shecky Green. It's just like gets the tour off the wrong on the wrong foot.
I can understand. You know your business. I don't want to get involved here.
Thank you, Scott. And it is a good business, and I really wish the audience would just go out, get on stargraves.com and just get a ticket.
Not
Not yet,
wait a
though,
little
yeah.
bit until you actually get it, and then
Wait till we get it going.
Yeah.
And if you mention Scott Ackerman's name, you get I'll give 10% off the second ticket.
My goodness, that is quite a deal for our
very
listeners.
good.
That's
That's
akin
very
to
good.
a
That's so good.
bonobo style deal. Anyway.